Alright, guys, today I'm going to be talking about Obi Wan Kenobi, the series. Just a review. It's going to have spoilers, just forewarning. Um, review the first three episodes. So, Obi Wan Kenobi, growing up watching Star Wars, was always my favorite character. I don't know why. Um, he's just been awesome. Like, watching and the movies. I grew up with like the prequel series, so episodes 1, 2, and 3. And he was just like he was humorous. He was grounded, kind of relatable. He wasn't the most powerful Jedi like Yoda and Mace Windu or Anakin Skywalker, but he was pretty good with like diplomacy. He was pretty rational, whereas Anakin was more he was more over the top, quick to go into battle, you know, impatient. So I always like that dynamic between Anakin and Obi Wan. I thought Obi Wan was just like overall like a really balanced character, and so he was always my favorite character. Um, so I started checking out the new series on Disney Plus. So I watched the first three episodes. Gonna do like a little review. So the first episode, it starts out on Tatooine with um, Luke's Luke's uncle, and so Obi Wan is just kind of watching over Luke. He's kind of out in the outskirts of town, and he's checking in on the family, making sure he's okay. And I thought that was it was pretty cool. It's 10 years later, so we get to see Obi Wan, still showing that love for for Luke, um, and checking on him, obviously. So it's kind of cool to see that, and that he really cares, and he's been keeping a watchful eye over him. So later, the Inquisitors come looking for Jedi. So the Inquisitors, they explain, are basically, they say that the Inquisitors are Jedi turned to the dark side. So after Order 66, there are Jedi turned to the dark side, and now they're Jedi hunters and killers. So the Inquisitors come, they're looking for a Jedi. They find the dude they're looking for. He escapes, luckily, and I think by like the end of the episode, they get him. They unfortunately they kill him. After they have a little scuttle earlier in the bar where they're about to kill these people in a bar, but the Jedi reveals himself. They have a little scuffle. He gets away, but then unfortunately later that episode, yeah, at the end it does show that he's dead. They find him, and they kind of hang him. But so like during the episode, mainly this first episode is just kind of like showing Obi-Wan's life. So he's got like what you would call like a 9 to 5 job. It's barely paying the bills, basically. So yeah, like he's not a Jedi anymore. Obviously, he just works like a regular 9 to 5. His job, he's like, it's like meat processing. I feel like it's like kind of like a butcher assembly line. He always takes a little piece and puts it in his clothes to feed his little camel. It's like a camel. Think of like a camel, but it's like a alien version. So, but I thought it was really cool to see his life. After Order 66, he's in exile. He's just living a simple life. He's he's just scraping by, and he really doesn't seem like the man he was before. And obviously that's kind of shown when the Jedi comes to him for help, and the Jedi's like, "You're Obi Wan Kenobi. I can't believe you're still alive." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not the man I was." He pulls out a lightsaber and he's like, "Yeah, the best thing for you to do is take that into the middle of the desert and bury it." So Obi Wan is very, he's heartbroken. Um, he's lonely, and he's just like totally a different person. So basically, at the end of the episode, um, the senator dude, Leia's dad, shows up, and he needs Obi Wan Kenobi for a mission. So let me see. Actually, I might be getting the episodes mixed up. So I think it's actually the next episode, but they show Leia. So Leia has been adopted into like this very prestigious, affluent political family, and she's got like all the best stuff. She's got like all the best training because she's going to become a senator one day. And so she basically, we just like see her life in episode 2, and she's very adventurous. She always sneaks out and goes into the forest and climbs this tree, and such such a cute little uh, cute little kid, and she's just very vibrant and full of life. And they throw in some dynamics with the political class, and her cousin says like, "You're not even a real Organa," and she basically like treats this dude, and she's like, "Yeah, well, she can read people really well, I guess, using the Force, even though she's like super young. She's only like 8 or 9 or something like that." And she's like, "Yeah, you're afraid of your father because you're afraid you'll never be good enough. I'll never accept you." So yeah, she totally like just she just like treats this dude, and like ends his whole career of his aspirations of being like this political elite guy. But anyway, so she she is it's like towards the end of the episode, and she sneaks out again. She gets kidnapped, and I thought this was kind of weird because she gets kidnapped by these they're kind of just like regular run of the mill thug kidnappers. I just thought it was weird because this is a very protected person, because of her family and her position, and like they have a palace and they have guards, so they're used to her sneaking out and stuff. But then like she gets kidnapped by these thugs, and it's like, okay, I thought that was kind of weird. There was no security, like there were no guards or anything like that. Um, well, once they realized she was gone, they did send some guards. They're like, "She's in the forest. We know where she is." The thugs kill the guys that they send after her, and they kidnap Leia. And then at the end, it's like, I think that's when her adopted father, he comes to Tatooine, and he asks Obi Wan Kenobi for help. He's like, "Yeah, Leia was kidnapped. We need you to save her." Obi Wan's just like, "I'm not a Jedi anymore. I can't do this." He convinces him to do it. So I think basically that was like kind of episode 2. And then so episode 3 is okay. So basically in episode 3, some of my events may be off as far as episode 1, 2, and 3, but I watched it all at once, so it's kind of all running together. But so in episode 3, the Inquisitors locate they locate Obi Wan Kenobi, because they're on this basically like they're on this planet now where it's very vibrant. It's kind of like a slum, like a lot of what you would think of pirates and bounty hunters, and like there's food vendors. It's kind of like this really busy city. So the Inquisitors find out that Obi-Wan is on this planet after after he's rescued Leia from these pirates. So he rescues her from the kidnappers, the thugs. You know, he's like, I'm a Jedi. You have to trust me. I'm going to get you back home to your father. He's the one that sent me. And basically, you know, they're being hunted down by the Inquisitors. There's a bounty that's put out on their head in that whole city by Reva. So Reva is an Inquisitor. So she's one of the Jedi. They call her like, I don't know, like third sister or something like that. Um, there's the Grand Inquisitor, there's Reva, and then there's this other dude. So there's like three of them. So basically, it's like the whole city has like, you remember like John Wick, where like all the bounty hunters get the alert on their phone that John Wick's head is up for grabs. That's kind of what happened. So they're all trying to get Obi Wan, and you know, eventually they escape through like this cargo ship, and so they make it off world, and so they come to this mining planet. It kind of looks like Earth, actually, strangely enough. So they make it to this mining planet. This is a rendezvous point for Leia's father's person that he sent to retrieve her. So they go to this mining planet, and basically there's like this field, and there's this cool scene where Obi-Wan is walking with Leia, and he looks out into the field, and he keeps seeing Anakin Skywalker. So he comes down the road, he sees this mole humanoid alien guy. He thinks he's a friendly guy. Well, he kind of is, but he's got this First Order or Galactic Empire logo on the back of his truck. So he comes to this checkpoint where obviously like the Galactic Empire is there. There's like a battle that ensues, and basically what happens is they get Leia, like they get through the checkpoint, and you know, then they have to get them even like further onto another transport, so they can basically get off world. But at this point, Darth Vader kind of knows where they are. He got the message, so Darth Vader goes to that mining planet, and obviously he wants Obi-Wan Kenobi for himself so he can kill him. And so there's these little tunnels that they send her in to escape and get to the shuttle or whatever. And then Obi-Wan's like, I'll be right behind you. She stays behind, you know, whatever. And so basically Obi-Wan Kenobi, he is you know, Vader is kind of walking around this little area, and he can obviously like sense Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan eventually like runs away. He's like running down, basically like there's these, it's kind of like a construction site where there's like, I don't know, a bunch of hills, and it almost looks like a kind of like a excavation site. And so basically Vader finds Obi-Wan, and so they have this battle, right? And obviously Vader's holding back because he doesn't want to just like kill him right away. He wants him to he basically wants him to suffer like he does. And so the lightsaber duel is basically just, it's one-sided. Obi-Wan hasn't fought in 10 years, whereas Darth Vader has actually been like fighting for 10 years, like literally hunting down and killing Jedi, more experienced than Obi-Wan, or somewhat at the same level as Obi-Wan. So the fight's one-sided. He basically like easily defeats him in a duel. There's like this, I don't know, this type of this salt or this material falls down, like using the Force or something. And then Vader uses a lightsaber to ignite it. It's very flammable. It catches fire. Vader's using the Force. He's holding Obi Wan to the fire. Basically, he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna basically burn like I did." So he wants him to like suffer, just like how he did on Mustafar 10 years ago. And then let's see. So the convoy, the Leia Organa's dad, the people that he sent to retrieve her and basically bring her back home, they're there. There's some blaster fire, some like a distraction, and Obi Wan kind of gets away. So the fire's still burning, and Vader's looking at Obi Wan. Obi Wan is looking back. Um, he doesn't really go after Obi Wan. He kind of just lets him escape. I thought that was very uncharacteristic of Darth Vader because at this point it's like he's been waiting. He's thought about nothing for 10 years other than like killing Obi-Wan for what he did to him. And the fact that he didn't just like kind of literally just like I expect him to just like run through the fire. Like run through the fire and the flames, do anything he could to get to Obi-Wan. Now I don't know if his suit didn't allow him because his suit is somewhat fire resistant, but it's not like totally fire resistant. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I don't know if he was truly. I just didn't get the feeling that he really wanted to kill Obi-Wan that badly, because if he did, he would have found a way. Um, so basically, Obi-Wan gets away, but then Reva. So Leia went back. She kind of went back for Obi-Wan, and in that little tunnel, that secret tunnel that they had to, for Jedi over the years to escape. She goes back, and well, actually, yeah, she may go back. Um, but anyway, wherever she was supposed to rendezvous with somebody, um, Reva kind of killed the people. Now Reva is basically standing right in front of Leia, so it kind of ends there with Reva and Leia. So that's kind of the end of it. As far as Reva's character goes, she seems kind of, I don't know. I kind of expected more. Like I wanted more fierceness. I wanted more aggression. For an Inquisitor, she just seems kind of bland. She doesn't seem menacing. She just seems kind of average. I don't know what she wants with Obi-Wan, but the acting, her character, it's not convincing to me. Like I don't get the feeling that she's like someone to be feared, and I don't feel that she's menacing. Um, and even when she killed the Grand Inquisitor, I found it hard to believe that like he didn't sense that, because he knew that she was like really rogue and just like not following orders, and she kind of just like kills him once she locates Obi-Wan. But I don't know. I think this girl is like, I think she's new at acting, because I just don't get that sense of urgency and like anger. It's supposed to be like this deep-seated hate for Obi-Wan for some reason. We don't know why yet, but I'm just not seeing it translate through well. Maybe it's just me. But I kind of also wish they would have used like an alien, because this girl just looks like a human. So it's just kind of strange. But basically, that's kind of like a recap of episode like 1 through 3. Um, New episode is out. I think it just came out yesterday, so I definitely got to watch that one and see what happens in episode 4. But that's just my review for like the first 3 episodes, and let me know what you guys think.